And here we come with another thrilling episode of 3D Printing the Miniature Universe with Papa Jester. Alright, let's get into another episode. So, hi, and words go in this spot. I'm just a little bit excited. You see, I have been going through this whole problem with Amazon and well, I finally went and ordered some stuff, and oh, good grief. There was so much trouble. There was so much trouble. I am very proud of myself for keeping my cool and not going absolutely apeshit. So things turned out for the better, actually. I was able to afford new lighting. So right now I'm just front lit. Well, now I can be front lit and put a light behind me, and from what the technical guy tells me, it will be a whole new ball game. What I'm really excited about today, check this out. That's the new camera I bought. It's a beginner's edition, basically, but it's made for the beginning YouTuber. Yeah. So, I'm getting that, a tripod, and although I really wanted a 1 terabyte micro SD card, I found that really the only ones you can trust are Samsung and ScanDisk, because apparently every other one out there that's on Amazon that sells for like $12 is either a 2 gig fake or a 128 gig disguised as a 1 terabyte. You should really read through Amazon in the customer reviews of some of these micro SD cards. They're supposed to be 1 terabyte. These people are not nice. They're not nice at all. These armchair technical guys, they rip these things to shreds. They're like, oh yeah, sure it's claimed to be fast. This thing's downloading and uploading like 30 megabytes a minute. I'm like, well, isn't that fast? Then one of my friends says, no, Cookie, it's not. It's 1980s slow. So, excuse me, with the way things worked out this time, I was able to afford the light for the camera. And I'm getting a new gaming mouse. You see, if I'm not busy crafting, then I'm gaming. Because I really don't have much anything else to do around here. I mean, until I lose a whole bunch of weight, I can't really put any more work into my Stormtrooper outfit. Oh, yeah. So, never told anybody. Yes, this is the one episode of many that will come in time of rambling with Papa Jester. I know I should be talking about 3D stuff and printing. Okay, you talked me into it. So I'm also rather giddy because basically I call him a patron. He's always supported my troop of jesters that I work with and manage through the SCA. It's kind of funny. We don't really have a household name. Like, this is Thunder. Thunder! Motherfuckers. Apparently everybody just started calling us House Jester. I kind of stuck, What do you expect of a bunch of fools? We don't even know what to call ourselves nowadays. So, he's sponsored a lot of the work around here. And he has hired the troop of jesters I'm with and hired us to do security of all things plenty of times. Even some secretarial work. So, he's arranging for the shop to be able to do a demonstration or workshop at pensacon this year. It's the local sci-fi gaming convention that Pensacola puts on every year. It's a big draw. It's just gotten bigger over the years. It is really awesome to have an annual convention literally just a couple of miles down the road. So the shop, 3D Printing the Miniature Universe, will be putting on a demonstration and a little workshop at pensacon. Well, keep your fingers crossed. We're still waiting to hear about the application. But in this workshop, I'm kind of stuck. I figured the demonstration should just be the two main principles of 3D printing, which is printing with PLA and printing with resin. So I'm also thinking, the resin machine should be able to crank out a miniature every 30 minutes. So I can do, as part of the demonstration, pick somebody out of the crowd, hand them, let them sit down with this handy-dandy tablet. Thank you, Mother. This is a Christmas Pringle. Christmas present. I should really edit what I say, but I think it's amusing. I like laughing at myself. You can't amuse yourself, then what's the point? So, I'll select somebody out of the crowd and say, hey, I got all these miniatures. Take me 30 minutes to print one up. And while you're sitting around waiting for your miniature, I can explain to everybody the process of how this is working, how this is doing, to the best of my knowledge. Yeah. Notice I'm a little bit leery about the resin one. I still haven't played with it that much. There's still the, oh yes, I'm tired. Ooh, I went and saw 3 doctors yesterday. Let me explain to you, that is a bit of a problem because, I got bone-on-bone arthritis in my knees. And until my knees get replaced, you know what? Let's just leave it at painful Very. I've already lost it. I don't know where I was going from there. Something about a patron and, oh yeah, convention stuff. So, like I was saying, you know, I got a basic idea. Demo these two things. But I don't know what else to do. I mean, you know, I know what I'd love to do. I'd love to have, like, one of these table tablets and just put the whole slicer software down on there and let everybody look through, you know, as we go through slicing the item. Everything from, you know, like, showing the trick of taking your, no, I'm not yawning. Stop it. I just forgot what it was called. Well, it's your 3D editor on your Windows. It's free software. It's really neat. It allows you to kit bash stuff together. Like, one of the best things I've ever seen for it is, I don't really... well, yeah, I kind of do, but it's not painted. Like, right here. Let's see if I can get good. Okay, see how I got a missile right here? And this is the gun for the Orc Power Armor. Well, originally, this comes out with an extra tube that comes out to about here for just the gun. I took a rocket, see, rocket, scaled it down. This rocket was like yay long. It's like a whole plastic tube for a model rocket. And I scaled it down to about that size. So now I've got Orky in power armor that I have yet to clean up with a Shuda Combi rocket launcher. And that was kit bashing with the 3D program that's included in Windows 10. Real handy. You can create all kinds of stuff with it. I've had to use it while making my printing up the Warlord Titan. There's some pictures of it, I think, on my YouTube page. Channel. I'm still learning. I want to be an influencer when I grow up. I want to say funny things and make people go yay. There goes that train again. Keep missing it. It's the stress of dealing with Amazon. I just can't keep my mind on anything. I think I was talking about... Stop it, now you're making me yawn. I think I was talking about what to do at the fair, the event. I want to try to make each demonstration about an hour long. And I'm wondering what else could I add into it. This is where you people come in. I could use a little input, so add your comment in the space below. You know, the one that says, subscribe, like, share, comment. I'm having an avalanche. I've got too much crap around my desk. Got so much crap around my desk. Can't even keep my camera plugged in. So that's what I'm waiting for. Right now, I am filming, if you can't tell by now, a cell phone. I have been wanting to do live streaming for my gaming sessions. I want to do a whole nother channel, since, I don't want to get the two mixed up. I want to do a whole nother channel just goofing off. I want to call it Gestures Goofing Off Gaming. Or just Goofy Gaming. Where I invite myself and hopefully a few other jesters like Amber the Pink, better known as Favor Jester. She likes playing Final Fantasy stuff. I'm sorry, I just don't like Final Fantasy. It is not my thing, but I know there is a lot of people out there that is their heart and soul game. I'm not one. So that's what we got going on at the convention. I need to make business cards. I think I've got software around here for making business cards, but I want to see if I can get an order for like 1,000 in before the event. And I don't know if I want to go like trashy chic or, try to be presentable. I was thinking of spray painting a big billboard sign, 3D printing. I haven't even gotten around to graphics yet. But yeah, that program is handy. Yes, I love this series. I love anime. I love anime a lot. Unfortunately, I can't find too many anime statues to 3D print. Like the anime girl models. Can't find a lot of those. Either that or I'm looking in the wrong place. Probably looking in the wrong place. What else is there to do in the shop today? It's kind of a lazy day here. I'm goofing off. It's towards the end of the year. Hooray! Finally an end to 2020. Man, every cyberpunk nerd has been looking forward to being alive in the year 2020 cyberpunk. 2020 sucked ass. I mean, you were either locked in, locked up, couldn't talk to people, had to wear masks. And don't even get me started on the Star Wars movies. Thank God for The Mandalorian. Yeah, so I think that's just about everything. Showed you my camera, talked about my Stormtrooper armor, laid down a little knowledge about a program, did a little bit of news of things to come, events that we will be at. Might as well say that, bearing this is might to be reconfigured, we will be at let's see, Alexa, find Pensacon.
Here you go.
I'm curious to see if this actually works. Nope. Show me TV series. Alexa, I need information on Pensacon, the event in Pensacola, Florida.
I can't do that on the Fire tablet skill. Go to Alexa app to manage video skills and devices.
Oh well.
Sorry, something went wrong.
Sometimes I guess the AI doesn't work all that well. Well, from what I remember, it is going to be on February the 28th, I think. Anyways, you should be able to find information on it on pensacon event, gaming event. We don't have floor plans yet, so we don't know where we'll be in the convention center or if we'll be next door in the hotel. We are next trying to maybe piece something together for the Gulf Coast Renaissance Fair in March 6th and 7th in Milton, Florida at the Santa Rosa Country Fairgrounds. I will, of course, be out there entertaining as Lega's daughter. And possibly, if I can convince one of my temporary in and out employees, be set up there and doing miniatures and stuff. Maybe even take some custom orders while they're there. All right. As always, you know, this hobby can be made profitable for some people. This hobby can bring happiness to others. Is possibly a soothing hobby to take away from the boredom of life. Some people, it might just be the well of infinite possibilities, where what the mind can conceive, the hands can bring to life with the perfect combination of color and shade. For me, 3D printing has been a way to sculpt and craft products and projects for as long as I want. As a model builder, first and foremost, Warhammer attracted me because it was the opportunity to build models that I could play with in a game with my friends. I had always, since I started Warhammer, wished for a machine that I could just print bits with. Because there's nothing more upsetting than realizing that you go digging through your bits box and you got enough parts to put together those 5 last Imperial troops, Ketchkins, but you don't have the dadgum las guns. And the only way you're getting 5 more las guns is go out and buy another 25 troops. Because at the time, there was not this, oh, just go on eBay for like, $9. You could probably get those 5 las guns. What a ripoff. I'm telling you. makes a brother just want to make slight variations of the las gun and just sell his las guns cheaper. Ridiculous. It's like trying to piece together a Cherry Classic. Gotta have all OG parts and stuff, and all the OG parts cost too much. So I always wanted a machine that could just print bits. For years, decades even. I was like, technology's got to be, there's got to be some way. Lo and behold, a few years ago, I discovered 3D printing. And it's like a fire gets lit under me. I bought my first machine. It was a monopiece version 3 3D printer. It's like small one, maybe like 5.5 inch bed. And I printed all kinds of stuff. I had to figure out how to print all kinds of stuff. I printed everything. One of my first best pieces that I printed on that little printer was a Lehman Russ battle tank. I took this thing after I had printed it up, painted it, put on a few like extra Games Workshop bits, like, the tank commander, the binoculars, glued a couple of las guns to the side, put some tank treads on it for, that extra World War II armor plating look, shaded it, put some gunmetal scraping, things on it, where you rub it so it looks like the paint's rubbed off and stuff. And I put it on the table next to 5 other Lehman Russ battle tanks that I'd bought from Games Workshop. And I invited a couple of players to come over there. I said, okay, hey, here's my 5 tanks. Which one of them is 3D printed? This really amused me because I thought for sure these guys had been playing 40K for like as long as I have, at least 20 or 30 years in some cases. Some of these cats started playing 40K when it first came out in the 80s. You ever get a chance to check out the artwork from the early Warhammer, like 80s version Warhammer? That is some pimp-tight artwork. That's what got me in love with 40K, the artwork. That was the first duel right there. And out of the about 10, 15 gamers that came up, most of them, there were 2 that didn't, but most of them picked the tank right next to it and said that was the 3D printed one. I'm like, nope, that one's actually from Games Workshop. And then they go to the other one next to it and says, oh, this is it. Actually, the body's from Games Workshop, and the turret is a resin cast turret from Forge World. And they're like, well, which one's the 3D printed one? I'm like, the one right in the center. And most of them were like, no, that can't be. That's not 3D printed. If you know what you're doing, you can make 3D printing pass for, well, like an actual model. I mean, you can get really good on this stuff. You know how to sand just right, you know how to set your printer up just right, and you will be surprised with the detail. So that was my first question. I watched all these guys talk about this stuff, like, this is the techno of 3D printing, you'll need to set your machine. I like to go with 0.2 variants on my skipper, hopper, whatchamadookie, hickey wicky, off by like a wedge angle, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah. Well, how good does it look? And they'd hold something up to the camera and say, oh, you can see here there were some issues, but, we can change that with these 2 settings, blah, blah. I'm like, what's your opinion, man? Like, does it, could you pass it for a Gundam model? Or a Taiwanese knockoff? Little input. I'm like, okay, I can say real close, like a Revell model. Definitely Revell model. Those Gundam match grade ones, no. However, the resin prints, resin mods that they make for some of those Gundams, those are pimp tight. Those are really pimp tight. I'd love to get my hands on some of those files. So yeah, I just never knew until I started printing and started figuring all this stuff out. So you're just gonna have to work it, but you will get there, and you will be surprised. And I've said it before. The first time you put your piece out on the table, and people start giving you compliments, it's rewarding. The compliments I got for my Warlord, I put 8 months of work into him. The Thunderous one, it was very rewarding to get all the compliments. People stopping to take pictures of it, asking me how it was built and everything. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Alright, well, this is a good long ramble. I got some rambling out of my chest. So I'll dry it, see, it's empty. No more rambling. Remember, print what you like and have fun printing. It's up to you to make a difference in your life. I've learned that the hard way. And there's not enough time to regret the decisions you've made. I'm still learning that part. So have fun and enjoy your life while you're still around to live it. Alright, thanks for watching. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Comment on things you like to talk about. Tell me what you thought about the episode. Give me your input. I'd love to hear it. Also, don't forget to check me out on Facebook at 3D Printing and Miniature Universe with Papa Jester. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes of 3D Printing the Miniature Universe with Papa Jester. Hey y'all, you have a good night.